Hi guys, this is Dr. Ramsey, your weight loss habitologist, and welcome to the Coffee Talk. I am the medical director of Get Your Body Back Wellness Center located in Edgewater, Maryland. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe below so that you can get notified when new content comes out. And if you are not new, thank you so much for joining me again. So please grab your coffee, tea, or whatever you like. I happen to have my protein coffee, and this has lean body protein in it, 40 grams of protein, and that's what I like. And I'll tell you from time to time what I put in there. And just regular coffee, just my 8 o'clock brew, whatever I like. And so today we are talking about something that has completely changed the conversation around weight loss: GLP-1 medications. And the big question people keep asking is, are GLP-1 medications a tool or a shortcut? Now, before I even answer that question, I want to say this first. This conversation has become incredibly emotional for people. Not just because the medications themselves, but because weight loss is emotional. People carry years of frustration, shame, disappointment, judgment, failed diets, criticism from family members, comments from strangers, and internal guilt around their bodies. And I think sometimes we forget that. We forget that many people struggle with their weight. They're not just battling food, they're battling exhaustion, hormones, stress, emotional eating, lack of sleep, food noise, and been feeling like this for years, over and over, just failing. So when GLP-1 medications entered the conversation and people started losing weight, this quickly became an option, and some people celebrated it. Some people criticized it. And some people started asking, well, is that the easy way out? And honestly, I think that question says a lot about how society views weight loss. Because for some reason, people feel like weight loss only counts if you suffer enough, if you struggle enough, if you starve enough, if you work out until you're miserable, and just kind of holding on to that refrigerator, really trying not to eat whatever's in there. That's hard. And somehow, if you use these GLP-1s, it becomes less valid. But let me ask you something. If someone has high blood pressure and takes medication, do we shame them? If someone has anxiety or depression and seeks treatment, do we tell them just try harder? No, because we understand those are complex conditions. Yet, when it comes to obesity and weight management, people still want to reduce everything down to just eat less. But weight loss is far more complicated than that. Hormones do matter. Sleep matters. Stress matters. Habits matter. Mental health matters. And one thing I think people are finally starting to understand is this: appetite regulation is real. Food noise, to a certain extent, is real. Some people spend all day thinking about food, planning food, fighting cravings, starting diets, breaking diets, feeling guilty after eating, then repeating the cycle the next day. And for many people, for many patients taking GLP-1 medications, they describe something incredible: silence. For the first time, food is not controlling every thought. Now, does that mean the medication magically fixes everything? No. And this is where I think the real conversation needs to happen, because I do not believe GLP-1 medications are magic. And I also do not believe they are a shortcut. I believe they are a tool that can help create space for people to finally work on the habits they've struggled to build for years. This was me. I would start a diet and wouldn't give it enough time to take root and really see the effects of what I was doing. And then I would sabotage my efforts by binging. Semaglutide allowed me that time to be able to really implement what I was trying to change. And I reached my goal weight and I weaned myself off the medication. And I've been off the medication for 5 years. and I'm still implementing those habits that I incorporated along the way. Because here's the truth. The medication may lower appetite, but it does not teach consistency. It does not teach meal planning. It does not teach emotional regulation. It does not teach discipline. How do you prioritize protein? Or how do you navigate through vacations, stress, holidays, boredom eating, or self-sabotage? So there's still work that needs to happen. And honestly, that's where sustainable weight loss actually comes from. This is why my approach, I focus so heavily on habits, because if someone loses weight but never changes their behavior, routines, mindset, relationships with food, or lifestyle, eventually they often find themselves back in the same cycle. That's why I tell my patients all the time, the medication may help open the door, but habits are what really help you stay there. And another thing, I think we need to discuss more openly the fear people have around weight regain, because many people are terrified of stopping the medication, and I understand why. If you spent your entire life struggling with food noise, cravings, emotional eating, and constant hunger, of course the idea of those feelings returning can feel overwhelming, which is exactly why the focus cannot only be the scale. The focus has to become, who are you becoming during the process? Are you learning structure? Are you building consistency? Are you strength training? Are you learning portion control and awareness? Are you improving your poor habits such as lack of sleep or stress or busyness? Are you learning sustainable nutrition instead of restriction? Because healthy weight loss is not just about becoming smaller. It's about becoming healthier. And I think one of the most dangerous things social media has done is make people believe that fast weight loss equals successful weight loss. But sustainable weight loss usually looks slower than what people expect. 1 to 2 pounds per week, not 5 pounds per week. It looks repetitive. It looks boring sometimes. It looks like choosing consistency over perfection. And honestly, I think many people are tired of extremes. They're tired of starving themselves. They're tired of starting over. They're tired of all or nothing thinking. I was queen of that. Or a new one I've been hearing is, I want to get my money's worth out of this medication by losing a certain amount of weight per month. And maybe this is why the conversation matters so much, because maybe people are finally realizing that support is not weakness. Using a tool while building a healthier life does not make you lazy. It makes you someone trying to improve your health. Now, does that mean GLP-1 medications are for everybody? No. Every person is different. Every medical history is different. Every goal is different. But I do think we need more compassion in this conversation, less judgment, less shame, less comparison, and more focus on helping people build sustainable lifestyles they can actually maintain long term. Because at the end of the day, the goal is not just weight loss. The goal is quality of life. The goal is energy, self-confidence improved, longevity, health. I mean, I had a patient's lab values A1C go from 14 to 6. New person, new life. And this person will no longer see like the cath lab in their future. And I don't see this as cheating. I see this as support. So no, I do not believe that GLP-1 medications are shortcuts. I believe they are tools. And tools still require effort, consistency, education, and behavior change to create long-term success. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Coffee Talk with the Weight Loss Habitologist. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think GLP-1 medications are a tool, a shortcut, or maybe something in between. I'll see you next time.